And now two new chords, C chord and G7th. They're described above as a tonic chord and a dominant 7th chord. Tonic chords are the chords that represent the key. So if I'm in the key of C, the tonic chord would be C. The dominant 7th chord represents a chord that's built on the 5th scale degree. Count 5 notes up from C, C, D, E, F, G. G would be the dominant note and the dominant chord if we build a chord on the 5th scale degree. Dominant 7th chords are a little more complex than regular chords. They have an extra note, and that's the reason why they're called dominant 7th chords. We're going to strum this chord here, and you notice that there's only 3 notes in this chord. This is a simplified chord form, these two. So if you're first-time guitarist and you have not played chords before, this would be a good way to start. Put your first finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, strum 3 strings. That means take your thumb and drag it across 3 strings quickly. Try that again. 2, 3, go. 2, 3, again. Good. Now if you move your first finger to this, from the 2nd string to the 1st string, and you strum 3 strings, you'll have a G7th chord. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now as you get comfortable with and stronger with your left hand technique, you may want to take on the challenge of a standard chord form of these two chords. Here's the C chord. You can see that there are more notes in the chord here. You've got the 3rd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, the 2nd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd string is open, 1st finger is on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and 1st string is open. Take all 5 of these notes and strum the chord. Nice. Very good. Try it again. Now some of the notes of your chord may not be coming out as clear. If, for instance, the 3rd string isn't coming out clearly, it may be that the 2nd finger is not, the tip of the finger is not perpendicular to the fretboard. So it may be slightly touching the 3rd string, muting it. This can also happen on the 1st string. The 1st finger could be slightly touching the 1st string and muting the note, causing that sound. So you'll need to work a little bit on bringing the hand in close enough that the tip joints of the fingers are flexed and that they're perpendicular to the fretboard and not touching the adjacent strings. Pushing down firmly but not excessively on these notes and strumming 5 strings. 2, 3, 4. There's your C chord. Now moving your fingers apart, 2 and 3 moving to the 5th and 6th string, and 1st finger moving to the 1st string, we have the G7th. 3rd finger's on string 6, fret 3. 2nd finger's on string 5, fret 2. Then we have 3 open strings, and the note F on the 1st string. And we strum all 6 strings again. And from the beginning, we'll strum 4 beats. We'll strum once and we'll count 4 beats. 2, 3, 4. Strum again. 2, 3, 4. Back to the C chord. 2, 3, 4. G7th chord. 2, 3, 4. And by now you realize the hardest part will be making chord changes. Something for you to practice on. I would recommend breaking the problem down into 2-finger units. So, for instance, on the C chord, maybe just focus on 2 and 1 and get the first finger on the second string and the second finger on the fourth string. And then when you practice making your chord change to G7th, practice moving the first and second finger apart at the same time, arriving at the same time, second finger on the fifth string, first finger on the first string. And just practice with the left hand these movements for 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here. Another 2-finger combination you could practice on would be 3 and 2. These move in parallel. Second and third finger here, just move over 2 strings for the G7th, and just practice that a little bit. And of course, last, maybe the third option would be practicing 3 and 1. 3 on the fifth string, 1 on the second string, and then when you make your switch to G7th, you move again these 2 fingers, 3 and 1 apart. Third finger lands on the sixth, first finger lands on the first. Practice these without strumming, just completely focused on the left hand and building the coordination, and you'll probably find within a few days your chord changes are greatly improving. Excellent. So those are the chords C and G7. Now, usually with chords, we would expect to strum. Here are 2 measures of strumming for the C chord and the G7th. These are representing quarter note strums, so we're going to leave it up to you which chord fingering you use. If you're using the simplified one, then you could put your thumb on the fourth string and strum with your index finger. If you're doing the full form, try to see if you can strum all 5 strings of the C chord with your index finger, and then when you go to the G7th, 6 strings. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, strum. Again, again, again. G7th. Back to the C chord. G7th. And back to the C chord. Nicely done.